Taurus Virgo Capricorn. Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Coach Liz. I Earth Signs 12/12, December 12, 12/12 portal. I'm picking up heavy on communication from your person. This is going to be a love reading, Earth Signs. But I was really channeling communication. So I feel like I am picking up on a situation where either you and your person are not currently in contact, or there's something going on there with communication. Whether you guys talk, it's just not, it's slow or not, or very little, right? Y'all, excuse my throat, excuse me, my voice. I've been battling a sore throat and fever and all that good stuff, or not good stuff, but here I am trying to push through. So bear with me if my voice sounds crazy. But again, remember, Earth Signs, this is a general reading, 111 on the timer. So if it does not resonate, don't force the shoe to fit. There'll be more readings to come. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. And I'm going to keep saying it. The channel keeps growing. I love it. I love to just log in and just seeing that there's one person joining the team. I just get so happy, y'all. But anyway, let's see. Earth Signs. Let me cleanse myself a little bit. Excuse me. Okay, so someone could be speaking or wanting to speak to you and speak their truth, especially if you guys have been in no contact, Earth Signs. There's a need for someone to really maybe tell you how they feel. Okay, let's see. You could have been dealing with someone that was afraid of commitment, that just wanted to keep things just like light and fun, no pressure. And that's because they didn't want to get too emotionally attached. So let's see. Picking up quite a few things. Messages for the Earth sign. Let me get a couple of these first, or a few of these, and then we'll go into tarot to clarify. Messages for the Earth signs from their person during this 12/12 portal. All right, be engaged but not totally interested. Practice the art of detachment. Play it cool and not overly interested. Let their hunter instincts kick in. Take a step back. Take a step back and allow yourself to be hunted. So yeah, I feel like this is exactly what you are doing. I feel like it's gotten to a point now where I feel like your person was in this energy before. Maybe they were giving you they they seem like they weren't so totally interested, but in reality, they were, these feelings and emotions were building, and their way of controlling it was by acting like they weren't really interested in maybe what you had to say, or maybe they would, again, I'm picking up heavy communication, so maybe their texting or calls just changed. Maybe 1 minute they're calling you, they're texting you back to back, and then all of a sudden it kind of slows down, right? And this was because they started to get in their feelings. Like, they started to realize that this was just more than, just a good time. It says, pay attention to the false alarms. Your reactions are alarms going off in your heart, telling you to take the plank out of your own eye and pointing at areas in your life that need to change. So this person tried to, it's like you triggered their insecurity somehow, right? Like, you triggered something within them. And it's like, hold on, is she holding on? She's holding on to a clock. So something about divine timing could be very significant. It's like you almost had to let this person I'm hearing drown in their own emotions. Like, you had to let this person drown in their own insecurities. You had to kind of disengage and detach from this person, because it almost like, again, it's like they were afraid of commitment, or afraid to even just accept that they were starting to have feelings, or they had feelings for you, right? And it was like a matter, you had to, something about divine timing. I never noticed that the clock or the alarm clock that she's holding, but it also feels like your person knows that their time is running out. So if there is no contact, if they're still acting like uninterested and not engaging in conversation with you, or making you feel like, you know, it takes 2 to 3 hours to respond to you. Like, no, it doesn't take that long to text anybody fucking back. Like, yeah, no. I don't care how busy you are. Okay, yes, people gotta work. I get it. All right, people not always have be by their phone. Okay, yes, I get it. But even when you get to the phone, right? Even when you have time for lunch, I don't know, snack, a smoke break, I don't give a fuck what it is. It only takes but 10 seconds to say, hey, babe, I hope you're having a good day. Thinking about you. Talk to you later. Going back to work. I mean, it's that fucking simple, right? And this person just almost withheld that because they didn't want you. It's not that they didn't want you to fall for them, because they knew that how they were showing up, they were making you fall for them, right? They wanted you to fall for them. So they were showing up like this. It was more so them not expecting themselves to fall just as much as they were trying to make you fall for them. Okay? And over time, it was almost like, you know, it was only bound to happen, because they were, I'm picking up on an energy where you are the type of person that you're not about to chase. You see how this girl, like, she, first of all, her hair looks good. I love this color. But she's like, don't fuck with me. She gives that attitude of like, don't fuck with me. Like, she's looking over her shoulder. I see what you're doing. I peep what you're doing. So just as much as you want to act uninterested or disinterested, is it disinterested? Yeah, whatever. Let me know in the comments, you guys. Y'all know I make words up, okay? Uninterested, disinterested, uninterested, and y'all, what is the word? I can't think. Anyways, you kind of, when you felt them pulling back, you were like, all right, fine. I've mastered the art of detachment. So we can both do this, right? No problem. And this whole time is because this person is acting like this because they do have, inner child wounds. There is something that you triggered. You triggered some sort of insecurity. You exposed this person. Like, you see how this person is like, looks like a little mummy. They're all wrapped up. And it's like, it says, when you bring this inner child into view, you can start to see how you can limit yourself from experiencing and cultivating healthier relationships. So something about your energy exposed this person, especially the parts of them that needed to be loved on, their inner child. There's something about you unwrapping them or unraveling them, and that's why they got scared. That's why they pulled away. That's why they could have even set you free and say, you know what, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do this, I don't want to commit, I'm gone. And you're like, okay. Look, I'm looking at her like I'm too much of a bad bitch to be worried about. Like, I got my own shit to work through. You got to work through yours, and you let this person go ahead and set themselves free. Like, by all means, please go do the work. I hope you do the work. And it's like, this person could have preserved themselves for a long time, right? When I say preserve, because I'm seeing the mummy, right? It's like they could have I'm hearing undercover, but they could have carried their whole life, like their whole adult life, just hiding themselves or keeping themselves from becoming emotionally attached to someone, right? It's like they like to live the single life, or they like to be just free, right? They preferred freedom over being attached or connected to someone because it required emotional work, vulnerability, intimacy. And those are things that this person wasn't ready for. These are the things that got in the middle of y'all's connection. This is what could have broken y'all's foundation, is the fact that this person wanted to keep preserving themselves or going under the radar or acting like they didn't have these inner child wounds. But again, something about your energy exposed them and exposed how their foundation has cracks in it. And if you're showing up, it says you may not have built a solid foundation from the very beginning and may be on shaky ground. It's okay. You can start now by building and reinforcing that foundation. So this person may want to come back and try to rebuild with you, but on a stronger foundation after they've done the work, after they actually took the time to unravel themselves and heal some of those inner child wounds. And I said some because I feel like inner child wounds always come up. But I think that in this situation, excuse me, y'all, because in this situation, you showed up as someone that, is looking for commitment. You're not here just having a good old time just for the hell of it. You're not just pouring your energy into people just because you fucking feel like it. No. You pour your energy into people that you feel is worthy of your energy, right? And I feel like you saw something in this person, but you also saw their inner child wounds. And because you see this person, it's almost like you see right through them. Like, you see how she's looking over her shoulder. It's like, I see you. I see what you're trying to do. I see it. You can't put nothing past me. And it's like, you saw how this person had, wounds, or I don't want to say brokenness, because I feel like, yeah, sometimes you do feel broken when you go through a lot of shit and people continue to take from you. Sometimes it does leave you feeling broken. But I feel like with this person, something in their childhood that they never wanted to acknowledge, right? Or they didn't take the time to acknowledge. It's like they never realized, or they hadn't realized how much of how can I put it? How much their foundation needed work, right? Whatever their core, how they grew up, however that was, like if there was something within their family, in their childhood, with their siblings, with their parents, it's almost like they ran away from that, right? It's like they grew up and they were like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the type of person who decided to, I don't know if I'm hearing join the military at a young age. That's not going to be for everyone, or found a job that allowed them to just like pack up and go, right? Maybe they move across country or into, to a different country. Or this person was just like, the moment I'm able to get the fuck out, I am out. And not because they didn't care for family, but because they didn't care to be reminded of what they had to fight through during their childhood, right? So it was easier for them to just ignore it, to just keep doing life, acting like, it's something from the past, when the whole time, the more you don't unravel the things that have left you hurt or broken, you're going to keep carrying that with you. Relationship after relationship. Okay, sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to shake this damn thing. Okay, let's get some clarity. Okay, Earth signs, if you made it this far, go ahead and tap that thumbs up. Go ahead and tap, tap, tap. Let's see. What's going on for the earth signs? Yeah, there's a lot of, it was like a lot of confusion, not knowing which direction to go. Like this person being stuck in their head, maybe even kept options, right? Their options open because that helped them not, to them, if they had different options or other options besides you, it would help them stay distracted from what they were feeling towards you, right? But this whole time it's like, now they're comparing these other options to you, and they don't fucking compare. So it's like, now they're stuck. Now they're stuck with a bunch of excuse me, they may be over there stuck with a bunch of, you know, people who, I mean, they're trying to look for you and them, and it's not working. It's not working. Okay, Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And I was seeing the Four of Wands in my third eye for some reason, and here it is. I was picking up on home. And the number 4s. So, okay. Something about home could be very significant. So maybe something about how this person grew up is getting in the middle, or it's an obstacle. It's an obstacle between in y'all's connection, right? Like, so definitely how they grew up or what they experienced in their childhood is what keeps them like detached or unable to become vulnerable or commit. It's like they could come off as very charming, very, I'm hearing charisma, romantic even, you know, but it doesn't go past like this page energy where it's like, okay, so what's next, right? What's next? What's after the date? Is this date going anywhere, right? Like, are we just here for a good time, or what's going on? They could have been, I mean, pages are the children of the deck, so they could have grown up I like this, y'all. Ooh. For some of you, this person could be offering you, if they do come back, or if this person comes back, because I do feel like there's communication coming in. I mean, there's some sort of communication coming in, but I feel like this person is wanting to offer marriage or commitment after, you know, detaching, or during this time of no contact, maybe they realized, yeah, look, because definitely somebody walked away here. 8 of Cups. It's like somebody emotionally detached, or at least they tried. Excuse me. With this 5 of Cups energy, they tried. They tried to be uninterested or disinterested. What the hell is but all they can focus on is maybe a missed opportunity, the things that didn't work out between y'all. I also feel like, you know, you didn't try to stop this person from walking away. I think you saw the bigger picture of the situation. I feel like you also mastered the art of detachment, but I feel like your intent behind it is not based off of wounds or inner child wounds. I feel like you detach because you know not to force anything, right? You're not going to hold on to anything that doesn't want to hold on to you. So I feel like this also triggered this person, how you're willing to let them go. You're willing to let them walk away. You're not going to stay here and fight over anything that's not willing to fight for you, period. Like, I don't know how else to put it, you know? Y'all, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry sounding like this. Should be ashamed of myself. But I needed to get this message out. Like, I felt it in my core. Okay. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. I told you you're a bad bitch. Okay. I told you. And the Ten of Pentacles. And your money looks good. I feel like something about mother. I don't know if you're very nurturing, very loving, something like that. Usually that gives me the Queen of Cups energy. But with this Queen of Pentacles is giving... It's like you take care of yours. Is what I'm hearing. She takes care of hers. And I feel like this person sees that about you, or they pick that up. Something about your nurturing energy, something about how you nurture this person triggered their childhood, like their inner child wounds. And if you have children, okay, if you have children, because the Queen of Pentacles can be a mother, there's a little rabbit here, or giving birth to something. Even if you don't have children, it's like whatever it is that you're working on, if this is a project, if this is a business, if this is a career, the way you nurture it, right? The way you're passionate about it, the way you show up is what triggered this person's inner child wounds. And I don't know if that makes sense or not. But again, something about how you nurture. There is definitely family here. Definitely could be children as well. Or again, this could just be your person working through these inner child wounds and your energy bringing those wounds to light. And with the Queen of Pentacles showing up as well, I feel like you walked away, you detached, instead of like focusing on why things have not worked out with this person, or why this person may have walked away from you. It's like you turned around, you shifted your energy, and you were like, okay, well, I'm gonna nurture what is here. I'm gonna nurture what wants my nurturing. I'm gonna nurture what I've been building and what I have going on, right? Like, I don't feel like you didn't sit here and, so maybe you were sad, you were heartbroken, of course, right? You care for this person. You maybe even felt like you could have built something with this person. I'm hearing power couple energy with this Ten of Pentacles. You see the couple here, and then the Queen of Pentacles right here. We just need the King of Pentacles at this point. This is Taurus Virgo Capricorn energy as well. Somebody could travel. There's travel here, travel for work. But somebody they decided to just, fine. You don't want to be here? Cool. Go ahead and walk away. And you see how this person's walking away, and this person, the Queen of Pentacles, is looking down at her pentacle. It's like, I don't know if your person was, okay, I'm going to walk away now. I'm at the door. I'm opening the door. I have one foot out the door. Are you going to stop me? And you're like, nope, I am not. I'm not going to stop you. I got stuff I got going on for myself. I got things I have to bring to light. I have projects I got to get done. I got money I got to go make. Like, no. You can go ahead, walk out the door, close the door. Matter of fact, lock it before you step out. Like, go ahead and lock the door before you go. And exactly, you were like, okay, life goes on. Life goes on. I have new beginnings. I have good news coming in. I am passionate about what I do. And no, I'm not going to get lost in emotions, right? I'm not going to get lost in a situation where someone has to unravel themselves, figure out who they are without all this cover up shit, right? Like, you're trying to look at me through this one eye. Can't see me if you're just looking out through one eye, okay? You can't see what we got going on here if you're covered up and protected, and you're protecting yourself from me. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, Ten of Swords, look at that. So this person could have ended things with you. This person could have ended things with you. Yeah, cycles closing here with the world energy. This was painful. I feel like it was definitely painful for you, Divine Feminine, if I'm talking to you, because I'm like, again, like I said, with the Queen of Pentacles energy, I feel like you just started focusing on what you had going on. But yes, it was painful. You felt betrayed. You felt backstabbed. You felt unseen, unheard, you know? But I feel like you knew that there was a cycle that needed to get closed. Like there was a cycle that needed to close. There's that travel energy again with the world. King of Wands at the bottom. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy here. Capricorn energy with the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, it's like somebody was holding back. Someone was keeping something close to their heart because they wanted to control the situation. They wanted to have control of y'all's connection or y'all relationship, or they wanted to have control of their emotions. Therefore, they can control their relationship or y'all's connection. And it only ended up hurting them and hurting you. The more they tried to hold back, the more they were only just hurting themselves and you in the process. I feel like your person also experienced a lot of betrayal and backstabbing in their childhood. Like maybe a lot of people use them or just backstab them, yeah. Or they experience a lot of endings in their childhood. Yeah, arguments, conflict. Five of Swords, Six of Pentacles. So definitely something about their childhood is coming up. Something about their childhood, it's creating conflict, either between y'all or within them. Five of Swords talks about, I'm hearing envy as well, jealousy. Maybe they grew up with people who were very jealous or envious of them. That would leave them like, I don't know. Why the Five of Swords? There could have been arguments between y'all. Maybe this person backstabbed you, like, could have lied to you. What is the Five of Swords? Two of Pentacles. So this person could have been juggling between you and someone else. And created a conflict, because I see a Queen of Wands here. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, Hermit, Virgo energy. So, Was somebody juggling you and another person? Were they juggling you and someone else? This is someone that they could have met at work or something like that. I don't know. That feels like that. But again, if they had options, again, it just feels like they were using those options to keep themselves distracted from connecting emotionally to you. This person has a lot going on, y'all. Like, they're multitasking, maybe even with work. They're experiencing endings with maybe family members, friends. There's like arguments going on between people here. I don't know if it's you and your person, but I feel like you're too focused on what the fuck you got going on. Like, I don't even think you're just looking over your shoulder like, yeah, huh? You doing what over there? Yeah, no, I'm not in it. My name is Bennett. I ain't in it. Like, you're not in it. You're just letting this person handle their own shit, right? Let them bring their life back into balance. Like, that's not your job. You're over here focused on you. You are letting this person go ahead and handle whatever it is that they have going on over there with whoever they have going on over there. This could be with someone they work with. Somebody they met at work. What do I want to know next? Or maybe they're wondering if they should make things work with you. Maybe that's the battle. This is what they're going back and forth about. You know, should I go back, you know, to divine feminine? You know, I know she's busy. I know she probably doesn't even want to, you know, give me the time of day after I done walked away. So it's like they're going back and forth, like, and fighting and arguing with themselves. Like, should I or should I not? Yeah, look at them, stuck in their head, feeling bound, victim mentality, not knowing what to do. Look at the King of Pentacles. We talked him up. There he is. There he is. So yeah, they're stuck. They're bound in their own. There's insecurities I keep hearing. In their own insecurities, in their own with their own wounds, having to work through them. Look, there's so much. You see all this ribbon or what is it called? Not ribbon. I mean, it is ribbon here, but you see how they're all wrapped up. Everybody's wrapped up. It's like so stuck and bound and I'm hearing limited, right? Because of these wounds. Because they kept trying to move through their life without finally facing these wounds. I mean, without facing these wounds, and now they're finally having to. And to be honest, I feel like there is someone here. This could be like a mother figure or just someone that has some sort of authority or this person could look up to. It could be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. It could also, yeah, they could be saying something to your person, like how they've been in denial, like, you know, you're the problem. Like, you're the one that's creating these issues. You're the one that's creating the confusion. You're the one that's turning your back. I feel like they're speaking kind of like stern to this person. Like, they're like, you see how they're holding their hand up? Like, no, it's you. You, sir, are the problem. With the sun, yeah, someone's exposing it. But it also talks about healing, right? And it's like, number one, the first step is to acknowledge that there is a wound there, right? Like, there are wounds there. And I feel like your person didn't want to acknowledge that, which is what was causing the foundation to be broken, because they didn't want to face it. You see how there's water here on this Eight of Swords, and then there's nothing, no water here at all. So it's almost like this person was trying to stay in control of their emotions, but by not facing them, right? Maybe if I just keep one eye open, I won't have to face, or I won't have to look at the whole problem. We'll just wrap it up real quick and act like it's not there, right? We'll just put a little Band-Aid on it and keep it moving. No. You came along and you're like, you said what? You say you're not gonna work through what? Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you figure that shit out, and I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna work on what I have going on. You may have turned your back towards this person, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Rightfully so. This person is juggling too much. It could be doing a lot for work here. It could have been, like I said, it could have been other people. Just arguments, being stuck in their head. It's just a okay. Foundation checkup. Look at that Four of Wands. Wanted to come out. So somebody's coming home. There's that communication. Someone's traveling home, coming home. Look at the travel. I love it when my spirit guides be like, girl, just say this because we about to show them that this is what's coming. New love here. I'm hearing reconciliation. You're like this cup of water for this person. You runneth. I mean, you runneth my cup. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Sorry. Get myself together. Wet my whistle. Something about you, your love, right? I'm hearing unconditional love is like home to this person. They couldn't build this house on this broken foundation until they acknowledged what was getting in the way. And it was these wounds, these wounds that they, we all have childhood wounds, you guys. We all do. It's just that if you keep ignoring them, they're going to keep coming up. They're going to keep coming up, relationship after relationship after fucking relationship. That's why we come in contact with certain people, because they hold up a mirror to those parts of us that we want to not look at, that we want to hide. And it's almost like you were the final straw. Like, this person could have went years, being fine with being okay. Like I said, putting a little Band-Aid on it and keep it moving, right? It's fine. It's all fine. But then here comes, all right, let's build a home together. Let's build a family together. Now we can't do that because you have this shit getting in the way, right? We can't build a stable foundation if your foundation is broken or is cracked. It's like you were ready to build a home with this person. Meanwhile, this person's like still being a child or acting like one or communicating like one. So there was a lot of self-love here. Maybe the separation period was needed in order for your person to do some self-healing, self-love. I'm hearing self-worth, self-value, because it's like you knew your value. You knew this person's value as well. Like, just because people have inner child wounds does not mean that they're not valuable. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Here, I see you coming. I see you inching your way in. Okay, I like a Knight of Pentacles. He's not a King of Pentacles, but he is a Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles does take their time coming in, right? They move very slow, but they come in with a solid offer. They come in trustworthy. They're very cautious, but they're cautious because whenever they like to offer something, whenever they give something of themselves, they want to make sure that they're giving the best part of themselves. And maybe this person did detach because they knew that you deserve better or the best part of themselves. So they could, maybe the separation was needed again so that they could figure out who I'm hearing self-identity, maybe who they are or who they want to become. Maybe they were identifying to an old version with with an old version of themselves, like who they grew up as, or what they believe commitment or relationship should look like. Maybe you offered a different perspective. Maybe you offered a different idea of commitment, something that they never thought could be possible, because again, they were so wrapped up in all these beliefs and all these stories that they've told themselves. Stories that probably are not even true anymore. You know? Let me get one more. Oh, I love this, you guys. The Sun. Okay, and we're going to leave the Ace of Cups at the bottom, because this is, I like this. Now, I do see where this says, trust your intuition. Careful not to brush away the red flags in a relationship, because red flags do not go away. Trust your intuition. You alone have to make the call. So this person is going to come back. This person is going to want to heal the situation with you. They are going to shed light on why it is that they detached, or why they walked away. They're going to maybe even share some childhood stories with you to let you know what the fuck it is, like why they've been acting the way they've been acting, right? Now, that does not mean that you ignore your intuition. I feel like if you're open to healing this situation with this person, it is very much so possible with the Sun energy here. But it does speak of with things being exposed, you know, with this person exposing what they've been through, why they've been acting the way they've been acting. Do not just brush away the red flags, right? It is important for you to, I'm hearing, tackle the issues head on and not just brush it away. You know, like if, say for example, this person comes in and says, well, I've dealt with, and this is just an example, right? I'm not saying this is any particular person going through this, but maybe your person went through, let's say, abuse as a child, right? They were abused, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever it is, right? Abuse is abuse is abuse. If you don't heal it, if you don't heal abuse, you carry a sense of hatred, to be honest with you, for the person that abused you and for anyone that reminds you of your abuser. And if your abuser was a parent, and again, this is just an example, if the abuser was a parent, say it was a mother, again, just an example, or a father, who knows? You're going to start to look at women differently, or look at men differently, right? Say this was an absent parent, again, an example. I mean, it wasn't abuse. It wasn't, the person wasn't there to abuse you, but they abandoned you, right? Or they abandoned your person. Now this person feels like everyone in their life, because I mean, if my parent can abandon me, why can't you? Right? If the person that birthed me, or the person that went half on me, abandoned me, you can too, you know? So they go through life, or they went through life thinking that if this person did it, someone so close, someone that's supposed to love me, someone that's supposed to love me unconditionally, left me, then who the fuck are you to not leave? Like, why wouldn't you want to leave me, right? Like, am I even lovable enough? Am I even okay? Am I even up to your standards enough for you to not want to leave me? So it almost felt like this person left before you could have, you know, before you saw through their pain. And it's like maybe they wanted to pull away and work through this pain by themselves so that they could better explain it to you, or they could better, because we are talking about, like I said, I'm picking up on communication here. I didn't see the 8 of Wands, but I am picking up on like communication. maybe it is them doing the talking to someone, maybe a therapist, or something about therapy could be significant. Like I said, the Queen of Swords did make herself known. Excuse me, y'all. That sounded horrible. But whatever it is, there's healing here with the sun energy. There is exposure. There is shedding light on the cracks, on the cracked foundation, so that there could be something built stronger, right? More solid. Something about them wanting to have a family or something about marriage could also be very significant. Children, something about children. There is 2 children on the 4 of Wands, and then there's 1 here on the Sun. So there could be something about 3 children. That's not gonna be for all of you. So, okay, Earth signs, let's get an advice before we close out these message. And if you made it this far, go ahead and tap that thumbs up. Go ahead. Help the channel grow. As I'm saying, click that thumbs up button. It says resist pushing buttons. You know there are triggers to get to them, but avoid pushing those buttons no matter how badly you're tempted to. So you could be tempted to like create some sort of like jealousy to get their attention, especially if you're in no contact, like doing little things to like make them mad or piss them off. Or this could be your person trying to get your attention, right? Like maybe if I start like I'm picking up on like social media. Maybe if I start posting more, that'll make them want to reach out to me. Listen, we're not playing those games. Don't do that to yourself, masculine. We're not playing those games. We mastered the art of detachment over here. Look, we see you. I see you over there trying to create smoke, but you see right through this person too with the sun. Okay, the book. And leg up. Leg up talks about help. Maybe they are getting help, you guys. From someone maybe from a parent. Again, someone in authority or someone that they respect or they look up to. It just feels like a parent or mother or something like that. So, okay. Number 11 by the book. Let's look at the relationship message. It reads, getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. All of a sudden, I feel like crying. Hold on, y'all. I need to sneeze, too. Excuse me. Hold on, one more. Excuse me again. Dang. So exactly, we were just talking about how this person or how you're dealing with someone who has been, like everyone, we're shaped by the environment that we grow in, their culture, their experiences. So it says, find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want to do them. Your connection will deepen as a result. So this person could have tried, again, they could have tried to control y'all's relationship by pulling away or trying to keep their emotions close to their heart. But the more they did that, the more they became exposed. I also feel like your unconditional love, or the way you love this person, it allows them to reveal themselves, right? To want to open up. Something about 3, I'm telling y'all, it's like either 2 children here, or there is definitely an energy of childhood. Definitely, look, y'all see all these little kids. Excuse me, God, Lee. here's a little kid, I mean, little elephants, and then the baby polar bear, and then there's the kid here. So definitely inner child. Maybe this person could be leaning into um, their mother or their parent or their nurturer or their whoever it is that they grew up with during this time to get that loving, to get poured into. Maybe they need that. I know there was a time, I'm gonna share a quick little story with y'all. I don't care how old we get, you know, and for those of us that still have our parents, which I am truly blessed to have both of mine still, and pray that they never ever 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 fucking ever go away. But um there was a time where I had tough conversations with my own mother that I needed to have, that I didn't know I needed to have until that moment. But it was a moment where I poured into my mother and my mother poured into me. It was a moment where we both healed at the same time from that conversation. And again, picking up on that throat chakra, the communication, it's like having those conversations with our parents if we're able to, right? Sometimes they're not ready for those tough conversations, but if they are, it's like they're healing. They're very healing in so many ways, right? In so many ways. Just knowing why they made certain choices, knowing how their choices could have affected you, because they don't know, right? They are repeating patterns that their parents passed on, and they're thinking like that's the best way to do it. And now they're doing it with you and thinking that because that was how it was done for them, that it's okay to pass it on to you. But that may not be the case. Most of the time, it's not the case. Well, I'll take that back. I won't say most of the time, because there are things that our parents pass on to us that are great, like the certain traditions, right? But I'm just saying, when it comes to childhood wounds, I'm referring to that. Having those tough conversations with our parents are sometimes necessary because it allows for both parties to heal. I'm telling y'all. And even if you don't have access, or you know, you don't have those people in your life anymore, yes, speaking to someone that you do trust, or like a therapist or someone, you know, that you trust, helps with that healing. Yeah. Okay, Earth signs, that's all I have for you guys. I hope the message gave you guys a little bit of clarity. I was really feeling this 12/12 portal. It is almost the end of the year. Things are closing out. Definitely endings happening. I feel like people are closing chapters, you know, especially within themselves. Closing, learning certain lessons. I'm gonna stop this video because now I'm snotty and I know y'all hear it and it's gross. And I need to come blow my nose. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Thank you guys again so much for the support. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.